Hey everybody, this is Joel Sapasek, and welcome to the Fired Up Network. Welcome to Wild Card, a Monday Night Football preview of Monday Night Football with the two-time Emmy Award winner from ESPN, Mark Everett Kelly. What a matchup we have, the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. Before I begin, this evening marks Rosh Hashanah. A Happy New Year to all the Jewish fans out there. May you have a sweet, healthy, and happy New Year. Hag Sameach, Shana Tova. All right, Mark, let's get to it. A good matchup Monday night. Detroit Lions coming off a 52-21 win over the Chicago Bears against Baltimore, coming off a ho-hum 41-17 win over Cleveland. What do you expect in this one?
They're two of the best offenses in football. You saw Baltimore respond to their shocking still loss over your Buffalo Bills. And Detroit, I think, had an equally inconsistent performance in week one. They're back to what most people thought, which is high-powered offense with Jared Goff. This could be a great game, but I think Baltimore a little better than Detroit. Not a bad game for Detroit to lose by any means, though.
All right, Baltimore bouncing back from a 16-point fourth quarter let down by the Buffalo Bills and doing a number on the Cleveland. And like I mentioned, the Lions coming back and destroying their former coordinator and beating Chicago there. Now, I'm going to ask you two sides here. What does Detroit have to do to get the victory? And does Baltimore continue to do what they're doing to get the victory for them?
Well, Detroit's got to pass the ball like they did last week against the Bears. I don't know if they can against Baltimore. I think Baltimore's defense obviously struggled. They couldn't put them away. And the Lions, to me, are an offense that's just as good. But Baltimore proved last week against the Browns that they don't usually let the hangover stay for another week. And I think Detroit is good enough to win, but they're not better than Baltimore. I think Baltimore should win this game. But again, it's not a bad loss for Detroit. Baltimore is one of the best teams in football. And I think that week one loss really kind of kicked them in the head to where now they won't ever let that happen again. I don't think they're going to take any team for granted. In order for Baltimore to win, they got to continue to run the ball well. Lamar Jackson's got to continue to make plays, but actually make plays in the clutch. Derrick Henry can't fumble and give the ball back to Buffalo and give them 20 yards to go for the game-tying touchdown, even though they dominated them offensively all game. Mark Andrews has got to catch the ball when it's thrown to him. But I think that Baltimore's better. Detroit, still, I think Detroit will have a good year. I think you saw what, against week two against the Bears. This is a team still capable of putting up points.
And for Baltimore, I'm just looking at the schedule. Next week, they're in Kansas City. So if they lose this week, there's every chance that they could lose in Kansas City next week, and their promising season already will have them having 3 losses. So, it's –
But they beat Kansas City last year.
Sorry?
They beat Kansas City last year.
Yeah, they beat Kansas City, and normally I'd like to beat Kansas City. Like, I don't lose if I'm a Bills fan because Bills, going to win for me all the time. But I don't lose. I just lie back and watch hopefully a very good matchup. But if you're Baltimore and you lose to Detroit, it's a must-win next week to beat Kansas City. And if you're Kansas City, okay, they played the Giants, but, you're 0-2 there. And, Baltimore comes in, as you mentioned, Baltimore beat Kansas City last year. Could you afford a third loss in 4 games? So it's the NFL, you could see it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in the next couple weeks because, any loss with all these quarterbacks being injured, and you don't know who's going to get home advantage, except for Buffalo, but you don't know second seed, third seed, and anything. That's it.
Right.
So, Mark, before we close it out here, tell everybody about your sponsors and tell everybody where, if you're not going out to have, your Rosh Hashanah meal and you're where close by, go out to the Stampede there, have a good Rosh Hashanah meal from the Stampede there and all that. And anybody who mentions Rosh Hashanah in Arkansas, Mark will take off 10%. 10%. How many people are going to see in Arkansas Rosh Hashanah? Come on, Mark. I got you. All right. I got you. But go ahead. Tell them about your sponsors. Tell them about your sponsors.
It is a great restaurant, a buffet restaurant run by Miles Smith, who does a lot for the community. And it's an honor for them to Cal Stampede again. Great prices. A lot of food. I love eating there. I mean, eat like a king. Miles is a great guy. Does a lot for the community.
All right. Mark, you'll be back on next week.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, with Norm. And thanks a lot. And hopefully you'll have a great Monday night football game to watch. Thanks a lot, Mark.